Welcome to Whitehouse, Texas for tonight's playoff game. Thank you for being with us on JISD Live.
Vito takes it ahead.
Looking ahead to Carmelo with the slam dunk on the other end.
Jacksonville ahead by 17.
Welcome into the Whitehouse High School Gymnasium for tonight's opening round playoff game between your Jacksonville Fighting Indians and the Kilgore Bulldogs. I'm Lee Traylor, class of 2005.
And I'm Ryan Travis, class of 2014.
Tonight's matchup features a rematch of a non-district game in December where Jacksonville defeated the Kilgore Bulldogs 61-41. The last time these two met, Devin McEwen had a big night, leading all scorers with 26 points, along with 4 rebounds, an assist, and 3 deflections. Carmelo Claiborne added 16 points of his own, and the Indians will need another big performance under the basket from Jermaine Taylor and Devarian Boyd, who combined for 14 rebounds last time. Jacksonville looks to have a repeat performance in this opening round game, but they're going to have to regain their excellent district form and capitalize on chances here tonight in Whitehouse.
And now taking a look at tonight's matchup, the Indians come into tonight's game with an overall record of 23-9 after a tough district championship tiebreaker loss to Bullard, which snapped the incredible 9-game win streak the Indians had put together in that district run. On average, Jacksonville scores just over 57 points per game and gives up just over 45. The Indians are coming off their first loss in what seems like an eternity and are looking to bounce back with a great showing against the Bulldogs. Kilgore comes into tonight's game with a record of 13-15 and 8-4 in district. The Bulldogs are coming off a win against Spring Hill 48-35 to close out their regular season. Kilgore scores just over 39 points per game while allowing just under 45.
Taking a look at each team's district results, Kilgore finished the regular season in 3rd place in 4A Region 3 District 17, behind the Center Rough Riders and the Chapel Hill Bulldogs. Jacksonville finished the regular season tied for 1st with the Bullard Panthers in 4A Region 3 District 18, but fell to the Panthers in a tiebreaker game last Friday by the score of 54-47. Bullard played their playoff opener against Gilmer last night, and the Panthers defeated Gilmer by the score of 90-52. Bullard will take on the winner of the Little Cypress, Mauriceville, and Hargrave matchup that is taking place tonight. And the winner of tonight's game between Jacksonville and Kilgore will face the winner of the matchup between the Silsbee Tigers and the Liberty Panthers.
After not being able to buy a basket in their tiebreaker loss to Bullard, Jacksonville is looking to bounce back to form tonight against a formidable Kilgore team. To do so, they'll need their impact players to have a great night, and that definitely includes our spotlight player of the game, Devin McEwen.
Mr. McEwen is your starting shooting guard for this JHS boys basketball team. Devin is a huge part of this team and always makes a gigantic impact on the outcome of the game. He's capable of taking over on both ends of the court, simultaneously lighting it up on offense and shutting down the opposing team's top threat on defense. For evidence, look no further than the last time these two teams played when Devin had 26 points. In addition to basketball, Devin is a record-breaking star on the football field. and has committed to play wide receiver for the University of Texas San Antonio as a UTSA Roadrunner.
Now taking a look at tonight's starting lineup for Jacksonville from 1 to 5 are junior Carmelo Claiborne, senior Devin McEwen, senior Coda Kennedy, junior Jermaine Taylor, and senior DeVarian Boyd. And in just a second, we'll hear the Kilgore starting lineup from tonight's PA announcer. Excited to get this opening round playoff game underway here from Whitehouse.
Just under 4 minutes left in pregame. In just a moment, we'll have the national anthem, and we'll hear the pregame starting lineups announced from the PA announcer here in Whitehouse. Thank you for being with us on JISDlive.com. Jacksonville hoping for a different outcome than they had last Friday. Certainly, that first half of that game against Bullard was something we hadn't seen yet this season, where Jacksonville really struggled to score. And you got to imagine they are hoping to get that turned around here quickly.
I would think so. I mean, you know, that's probably one of the rare games that we've seen from Jacksonville lately where they just have really struggled shooting from anywhere on the court. I mean, the free throw line, I think we had them at like 8 for 18 the other night. They were 18 for 44 shooting field goal percentage, and from three, I think we were 3 of 13 the other night in Athens. And, you know, kind of a rare night for the Indians, and looking to find the basket a few more times here tonight, as they will need every bucket to take down Kilgore in this opening round playoff game. You know, playoffs are a lot different than non-district games where these two met last time. You know, there's a little more stakes in this one here tonight, and so you may see a bit of a different Kilgore team than what we saw in December.
Certainly it is a little bit different. For one thing, they don't let you play anymore if you lose. That's
true.
That's certainly a difference tonight here in this opening round of the playoffs. And that's not an outcome that any of us want. This has been a really fun season. None of us ready for it to be over quite yet. And we'll see Jacksonville attempt to keep this season rolling along here in this first opening round of the playoffs. Set to start in just over a minute and a half. Second game in a row where we've been in a nice gymnasium. While Whitehouse's gymnasium here tonight is not quite as large or new as Athens, where we played that neutral site tiebreaker game against Bullard last Friday. But still a nice gymnasium and a great venue to host a playoff game.
Yeah, and you know, last week in Athens, I don't know that we actually mentioned it during the game, but Athens Gym was voted best gym in Texas in a 2020 poll. So,
and it really showed up walking into that place. That was an impressive venue.
It was very impressive.
Really, really cool. Really glad we got to play there. Glad we're getting to play here tonight, because getting to play tonight means you're in the playoffs.
That it does.
Mr. Travis, I don't know if we've mentioned that this is a playoff game and a big game.
We might have mentioned it once or twice.
We might have. But it's worth repeating. A huge game here tonight between Jacksonville and Kilgore, as we are just about set to get started.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Whitehouse High School at the Stifling Arena for the by-district playoff game between the Indians of Jacksonville and the Bulldogs of Kilgore. We welcome Jacksonville and Kilgore into the arena tonight. At this time, we ask that you please rise as we honor America with our national anthem. 6'2" junior guard, number 4, Zayden Stoker. Back in senior guard, number 24, Demarion Van Zandt. And the 6'4" junior guard, number 42, Braden Nelson. Coached by Jeffrey Gold and assisted by Brandon Richardson and Mike Clay. The Bulldogs of Kilgore. And now for the Indians of Jacksonville. The 6'2" senior guard, number 0, Cody Canada. The 6'1" junior forward, number 2, Jermaine Taylor. A 6' junior guard, number 3, Carmelo Claiborne. A 6' senior guard, number 10, Devin McEwen. And a 6'5" senior forward, number 21, Demarion Boyd. Coached by Mark Evans, assisted by Chris Hall. And Corey Lewis, the Indians of Jacksonville.
All right, we are just about set to go here from Whitehouse for Jacksonville versus Kilgore. Kilgore starting lineup tonight. We have number 1, Jaden Sanders. Number 3, Dre Sanders. Number 4, Zaylen Stoker. Number 24, Demarion Van Zandt. And number 42, Braden Nelson. Once again, for Jacksonville, your starting lineup tonight. Number 0, Coda Kennedy. Number 2, Jermaine Taylor. Number 3, Carmelo Claiborne. Number 10, Devin McEwen. And number 21, Devarion Boyd, who is set to take the tip for Jacksonville. Looks like he's going to be going against number 4, Zaylen Stoker for the Bulldogs. And we are set to go here for this opening round playoff game. Carmelo Claiborne with the ball now for the Indians. Devarion Boyd winning the tip for Jacksonville. This ball quickly inside to Devarion. Mello handling the ball, working inside, pulls up for the jumper. Foul called. That shot off the rim, no good, but that will send Carmelo to the line. Shooting
they're
2.
Get Dre Sanders there.
First free throw from Mello off the front of the rim, no good. Second free throw from Mello off the rim. McEwen gets the rebound, broken up by Braden Nelson, and Zaylen Stoker gets the ball and hands it off to Dre Sanders. Kilgore working inside, looking for Nelson. Nelson unable to come up with it. Looks like it's going to go off the hand of Jermaine Taylor, out of bounds. That will set up Demarion Van Zandt to inbound the ball for the Bulldogs. Van Zandt gets it in to Stoker. Stoker guarded by Coda Kennedy. Jaden Sanders looking inside for Nelson. Unable to connect there, goes out of bounds. That will set up a Jacksonville inbound. Ball quickly up the floor from Carmelo Claiborne, finding McEwen. Devin McEwen works inside, gets it out to Coda, pulls up for the 3. That one off the rim. Devarion comes up with the rebound for Jacksonville, gets it back out to Coda. Coda now quickly fires it across to McEwen. Mello 4-3, that one off the rim. Devin able to come up with the rebound once again for Jacksonville. Still scoreless here, over a minute into this game. Jacksonville looking to find the first points of the ball game on this possession. Mello pulls up for 3. That one off the rim. Rebound goes to Demarion Van Zandt for the Bulldogs. And Kilgore up the floor quickly. Dre Sanders with the ball for the Bulldogs.
Both teams struggling on offense here early in this game. Still scoreless with 6:20 remaining here in this first period.
Sanders finds Nelson inside. That shot off the rim. Devarion Boyd gets the rebound. Quickly up the floor for Coda. Coda working inside.
No call, a lot of contact there.
No call there, and Coda's pass does not find the hands of Jermaine Taylor. Goes out. That will be a Kilgore inbound. Zaylen Stoker set to inbound for the Bulldogs. Gets it into Sanders. Good defense here early from Devin McEwen. working against Jaden Sanders, able to break that one up. Jermaine headed back the other way, and the first points of the game go to Jermaine Taylor and the Indians. Timeout Kilgore, 5:52 left here in the first quarter. Jacksonville now with the first points of the game, leading 2-0.
So we mentioned coming into this game that Jacksonville really struggled on offense in Friday's tiebreaker game against Bullard, especially in that first half. If they are going to sort that out and get back to scoring a lot of points, which they've done all year long, it's going to be off of the back of plays like that, namely turning great defense into great offense. That's what they've done all year long. They've scored in transition all year long, and that's what we saw there from Jermaine. Hopefully we can get more of that and build on that now that we've kind of maybe broken the ice a little bit and can get back to scoring a lot of points.
It would be interesting if ESPN was keeping the stats, because they keep up with random stuff like that. How many of those breakaways where we've created a turnover on defense have turned into points on the other end of the floor?
It would be interesting if ESPN was keeping the stats, because then I wouldn't have to. And
that would be nice, too.
That takes a lot of my attention.
Demarion Van Zant with the ball for the Bulldogs, working up the floor. Coda Kennedy on defense for Jacksonville. Van Zant finds Stoker, now out to Sanders. Gets it back across to Van Zant. Good defense from Jacksonville, not allowing Kilgore to get inside. This ball finds Stoker. Knocked away by Jermaine Taylor. It's going to go out of bounds. That will be Kilgore ball. Demarion Van Zant set to inbound for the Bulldogs. Gets it inside to Zaylen Stoker. Stoker trying to find some space against Coda Kennedy. Able to find a pass to Van Zant. Van Zant gives it back to Dre Sanders. Sanders working against Coda. Coda almost getting a fingertip there. Unable to do so. Kilgore still working the ball around. Good steal by McEwen. Unable to keep it in bounds. That will go out for another Kilgore ball. Good defense there by McEwen once again. Able to break up that pass. Just kind of unfortunate not able to save that one from going out of bounds. Jaden Sanders pulls up for the shot. Devarian knocking that one away.
Van Zant can't hit.
Good defense by McEwen, and looks like they're going to get Braden Nelson potentially for the foul. I believe that will go against Braden Nelson as he fouled McEwen, who was trying to find Carmelo Claiborne. Jacksonville looking to settle down here, as we've seen them kind of be frantic at the beginning of most of the games this season. That ball inside to Mello, lays it off the glass and
great
in.
finish.
Great pass from Devarian Boyd. Coda blocking that one, grabbing his shoulder. Hopefully Coda is okay.
It's worth pointing out after that finish by Mello at the basket that was a huge part of the struggles for Jacksonville last Friday, namely finishing layups and finishing dunks with good looks at the basket. So if that and earlier as Jermaine was able to finish a layup, if those can, again, get Jacksonville back on track offensively, you've got to like their chances of advancing here tonight.
The ball inside to Nelson. Rebound to Devarian Boyd. Good rebound by Devarian. Mello looking for McEwen. McEwen trying to find some space. Gets it back out to Mello. Thinks about the shot. Now working inside. Finds Coda. Coda pulls up for three. That one off the rim. Just over the head of Jermaine Taylor. Zaylen Stoker coming up with the rebound for the Bulldogs.
Dre Sanders handling the ball for Kilgore. Gets it over to Jaden Sanders.
Inside to Nelson. Puts up the shot. That one off the rim. Coda Kennedy gets the rebound for the Indians. Quickly down the floor the other way. Finds Jermaine. Jermaine now getting it back out to Mello. Mello trying to get the play call in from head coach Mark Alexander. Finds McEwen. McEwen driving in. Going to be fouled as Jaden Sanders goes over the top of McEwen.
Great stop there by McEwen. The hesitation to get multiple defenders in the air.
Now we have Ryan McCowan checking in for Coda Kennedy. Probably just going to make sure he's okay after blocking that inbound a moment ago and grabbing his shoulder. So hopefully Coda's good to go the rest of this game, as he came up huge for the Indians last week against
Great
Bullard.
spin move by Devin. Can't finish at the basket, but Devarian Boyd can with the putback. He's already got 5 rebounds in this game.
Good steal there by McCowan.
Great effort there from Devin, as Ryan able to get the loose ball and put it in. Jacksonville now with an 8-0 lead. Ryan McCowan with good defense on the inbound. Jacksonville starting to impose their will here late in the first. A few possessions here in sequence where Jacksonville has been stifling on defense and been able to convert at the bucket.
Jacksonville stretched out to an 8-0 lead here with 2:38 left in the first quarter. Looks like Bobby King checked in for the Bulldogs. Gets that ball into Jaden Sanders. Devin McEwen on defense. Looks like going to be called for the foul. That is unbelievable that was called a foul.
You want me to say it? You don't want me to say it.
I don't want you to say it.
You don't want me to say it.
That was bad. I mean,
I know Matt Montgomery is listening. He doesn't want me to
goodness.
say it either, but I'm going to say it. They have a better vantage point than we do, Ryan. And it's a hard job. Okay, who are we? Who are we to second guess?
Where was the foul there, though? McEwen's running alongside Jaden Sanders and gets called for a foul. That makes no sense to me. Anyway, Braden Nelson now finding Van Zant, who pulls up for the shot. That one off the rim. DeVarian able to knock that one to Jermaine. And Jermaine Taylor quickly working down the floor. Looks like Jermaine is going to be called with a charge against Jaden Sanders, who stood there and held his ground against a incoming Jermaine Taylor.
Really good defensive play there from Sanders. Also good play tonight from Devarian Boyd, who has started hot. He's already got 5 rebounds. He was in foul trouble early last Friday against Bullard, and that was a big part of their struggles in the first half. Not the case here tonight. He's been huge.
Van Zant able to find Sanders.
Devin able to get the loose ball, gets it ahead to Ryan, who controls it, gets it to Coda.
Coda trying to pull up for the shot. Hard foul there
from Sanders.
Not sure if they're going to get Sanders or Van Zant on that one, as it looked like there may have been a foul called before Jaden Sanders got there.
One thing that has been frustrating,
they're not showing who.
They are not showing
who is getting the foul. So,
and normally
when he walked over here, it looked like he held up a 24. So I believe that foul was on Demarion Van Zant. It may have also been on Jaden Sanders, but
no way to check that.
Tell.
No way to check that. We do have an entire section of the scoreboard here in the gym to our left, off camera, just for fouls. Not being utilized tonight.
Coda Kennedy 1 for 2 there from the line.
Nelson with the rebound.
Ryland Copeland with the ball now for Kilgore. Finds Dre Sanders. Now over to Bobby King. King looking inside. That ball broken up by Devarian.
More good play from Devarian, not allowing the entry pass. Great play from Ryan McCowan, able to get the ball on defense, gets the stop, and gets it in.
Great finish there by Ryan McCowan, able to break that ball up.
Gets the steal and scores in transition. Impact from Ryan McCowan here tonight, as he's been on the board twice now with 4 points, leading all Jacksonville scorers.
Copeland driving in, puts up the shot, rebound, goes to the Devarian Boyd, quickly up the floor for Coda Kennedy. Coda able to put that one off the glass, hits the rim, no good there from Coda Kennedy. Van Zant comes up with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Demarion Van Zant now working inside. Good defense once again by Devarian Boyd. Devin McEwen unable to keep that one in bounds. That will go out for a Kilgore ball. but another good defensive play there from DeVarian Boyd.
Brady McCowan and Isaiah Hamilton check in. Devin McEwen and Carmelo Claiborne going to get a breather in these last 30 seconds in this first period. This first period where Kilgore still yet to score. 11-0 is your score here in the first. Ball gets inside. DeVarian playing some good defense, but gets called for the over and the and one opportunity as Kilgore now on the board. Braden Nelson able to score and will head to the line with a 3-point opportunity. The Jacksonville cheerleaders again chanting "Miss it."
That time it does not miss.
He does not comply. They clearly said "miss it."
They did.
Hamilton gets it to Coda. Coda over to Ryan McCowan and back to Hamilton.
Hamilton, long pass across to Brady McCowan. Pulls up for the shot. That one's short.
Rebounded Eric Armstrong, able to control it.
For three. That one off the rim. I'm not sure if that would have been good either way. But at the end of one, Jacksonville leads Kilgore 11-3. A good first quarter there from the Indians.
Good first quarter from Jacksonville. Still trying to get back into the groove that they had earlier in the year on offense. It's still been a little bit more of a struggle than maybe we've seen in the past.
It's still been a little shaky.
But no struggles on defense. Kilgore,
that is true,
not on the board until the 30-second remaining mark of the first period.
And really, Ryan McCowan able to come in there
big
and put
impact.
4 points on the board, get a couple steals, just a big impact off the bench there in the first quarter, and kind of that spark that Jacksonville really needed after starting out the first minute and a half, maybe scoreless.
Yeah, Ryan was huge. DeVarian was huge. Jermaine with some good plays. Coda's with some really impactful play there in the first period as well. Really great to see Jacksonville kind of get back to what we've seen from them earlier this year and put some points on the board. I mentioned that Matt Montgomery earlier probably didn't want me to
he did send us a text
to soften our criticism of the referees, and we did get a text message confirming that belief from Mr. Montgomery. So thank you very much for watching, Matt. Appreciate it.
Bobby King with the ball, working against Ryan McCowan, trying to find some space.
Tries to get it inside, can't do it. Hamilton there for Jacksonville. Gets it and controls it.
Good save there from Isaiah Hamilton. Jermaine now with the ball for the Indians. Gets it back to Hamilton, finds Ryan McCowan, who drives in, puts up the shot. That one a little off the mark. Gets it back out to Jermaine. Now inside to Ryan, back out to Coda. Thinks about pulling up for three, pulls up for the jumper. That one off the rim, no good. Zaylen Stoker with the rebound.
A frantic possession there. As now Stoker with the ball guarded by Coda Kennedy. Gets it to King and now to Armstrong. Armstrong guarded by Ryan McCowan. Pulls up. Doesn't hit but does get the call. Ryan McCowan going to be hit with the shooting foul, and Eric Armstrong will go to the line.
Now, I do have a bar in front of us where we're sitting here, so I couldn't quite see Ryan McCowan's hands that well, but I don't know that I agree with that call either.
Well, listen, if you're just trying to get me to say it is what you're trying to do.
Eric Armstrong connects on his first free throw.
You've admitted that there is an impediment to your view, just begging for me to say that they have a better vantage point.
Armstrong connects once again. Score now 11-5. 6:53 remaining in the first half. Kilgore has closed it to a 6-point game. Jermaine finds Coda.
Coda guarded by Armstrong. Gets it to Hamilton. Guarded by Dre Sanders. Hamilton inside. Kicks it to Brady McCowan. And now back to Coda.
Ryan working along the baseline, elects to get it back out to Coda, who drives in, puts up the shot. That one good.
Good shot there from Coda after getting inside. Jacksonville able to work the ball around. And finally, Coda knifing in for the runner.
Good block.
Good defense there from Ryan again. Good strip from Coda, forcing the inbound. The good defense continues here from Jacksonville. 13-5 is your score at the 6-minute mark of the second period.
Marion Van Zant and Jaden Sanders checking back in for the Bulldogs. Looks like Armstrong and King going off. Van Zant quickly finds Stoker, now out to Sanders. Gives it to Jaden Sanders.
Back to Van Zant.
Van Zant trying to find a pass, finds Stoker inside. Now over to Jaden Sanders. Good defense by Jacksonville. Stoker able to find Dre Sanders. Hamilton on defense. Kilgore working the ball around quickly, but way back outside of shooting range. Dre Sanders now finds Van Zant. Van Zant inside to Jaden Sanders. Sanders working inside. That ball off the hand of Jaden Sanders, goes out of bounds.
Jacksonville set to inbound. Jermaine will handle those duties and gets it into Isaiah Hamilton, who will bring the ball ahead and will be picked up by Dre Sanders.
Hamilton finds Coda over to Ryan McCowan in the corner. McCowan now looking to get inside, finds Jermaine. Jermaine off the glass and in. Great finish at the basket from Jermaine Taylor.
Really great finish there from Jermaine, assisted by Ryan. 15-5 is your score. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Jacksonville has been suffocating on defense here tonight.
That shot from Jaden Sanders off the rim, put back by Sanders off the rim again.
Jump ball called.
Brady McCowan able to get his hands on that ball and force the jump ball.
McCowan again been impactful here in this first half as both McCowans, that's Ryan and Brady, take a seat as Mello and Devin come back out onto the court for Jacksonville. Mello handling the ball. Checks with head coach Mark Alexander for the play call for this possession. Jermaine with the screen. Mello gets inside, stops. Now ducks back in, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Rebound Van Zant.
Van Zant finding Dre Sanders. Sanders bringing the ball up the floor for the Bulldogs, working against Hamilton, finds Van Zant. Van Zant working against Coda. Coda not giving him any room to work along the baseline. Now gets it back out to Stoker. Bad pass from Stoker looking for Dre Sanders, goes out of bounds. Jacksonville set to inbound. Carmelo Claiborne going to get this one back into play.
The good defense continues as Kilgore so far just hasn't been able to find a passing lane. They've been trying to move the ball around and get it inside. Jacksonville has not allowed them to do so on that last possession, forcing a bad pass and taking over.
Mello looking to set up a play here for the Indians. Carmelo probably looking for a screen to get set from Hamilton. That pass broken up by Jaden Sanders. Finds the hands of Braden Nelson.
Good defense there from Sanders. As now Dre Sanders handles the ball, guarded by Hamilton, gets it to Van Zant.
Van Zant cross-court pass, finds Zaylen Stoker. Stoker now here over.
Great defense from Hamilton.
Breaks it up
foul
and draws the
called.
foul.
Hamilton going to take a seat after that great defensive play. Now DeVarian Boyd takes the court. Jacksonville with their starting five on the court. As Mello's handling the ball, and he's joined by Devin McEwen, Jermaine Taylor, DeVarian Boyd, and Coda Kennedy.
Mello working to his left, gets it back to McEwen. McEwen looking to work inside, finds Jermaine. Jermaine now across, finds Coda in the corner. Coda for three. That one over the rim. Rebound goes to Braden Nelson. And Kilgore looking to set up a good possession of their own. Zaylen Stoker brings the ball up the floor, finds Bobby King. King now over to Jaden Sanders, finds Stoker over on the far side of the court. Van Zant back to King. King guarded by Mello.
King gets inside. Tries to get the pass to Nelson.
That pass off the mark from King. That ball goes out of bounds. Jacksonville ball.
Mello brings it ahead. He'll be picked up by Sanders for Kilgore. Touch pass. Can't finish at the rim. A pretty good pass there from Coda. Just can't quite get the reverse finish from Jermaine. Kilgore takes over. King with the ball, guarded by Coda on defense. And now he rotates it to Stoker, who gets it inside to Van Zant, guarded by Jermaine. The interior defense for Jacksonville tonight has been absolutely unforgiving. Kilgore has tried all night long to get the ball inside. They've tried to get it to Nelson. They've tried to get it inside to Van Zant. And plays like that have not allowed it to happen. DeVarian Boyd with the big block.
And Carmelo going to be fouled by Zaylen Stoker. That will give the Indians back the ball once again. Mello finding Devin with the inbound.
Devin going to be guarded by Stoker for Kilgore.
Devin looking to find some space inside, gets it back out to Mello. Mello now working inside, going to be fouled from behind by Jaden Sanders.
That's really crafty play there from Mello as he's able to get past Sanders and then hit the brakes, causing Sanders to foul him on the pursuit. And that's going to send Mello to the line. Really great play there from Carmelo.
First free throw from Mello off the rim, no good. Jacksonville is now in the bonus as Kilgore has 17 fouls here with 1:16 left in the first half. Second free throw from Mello is in. Extends the lead out to 11.
Great steal there from DeVarian. Ooh, stolen right back from Sanders.
Finds Dadrian Franklin now inside to Sanders. Good breakup there from Jermaine and a good finish at the basket with Coda.
Coda able to get the finish at the bucket. It was a 2-on-1 situation. Coda able to finish it, stretches the Jacksonville lead to 18-5.
Bobby King with the ball now for the Bulldogs, working to his left against Coda Kennedy. Jacksonville not allowing much room, but Dadrian Franklin able to find some and connect from three. Mello pulls up from the free throw line. That one off the rim, no good. Van Zant with the rebound for the Bulldogs. Jaden Sanders finds Bobby King. Good breakup and steal there by Coda. Quickly down the floor the other way. Going to be fouled. Not sure whether they're going to give that to Dadrian Franklin or Demarion Van Zant there. Looks like the foul will go against number 0, Dadrian Franklin. And that will send Coda to the line, shooting 1-1.
1.7 seconds remaining here in this first half. Jacksonville with a 10-point lead.
That first free throw from Coda off the rim, no good. .6 seconds remaining. Someone call a timeout? Or
Don't say anything about it. We've had a situation separate of the game in the stands, a medical situation with a fan, and so we've paused the game. Currently, we will let you know if we have more information, so please stand by. Thank you. Thank you for staying with us here on JISD Live. We had a extended pause of this game as we had a medical emergency in the stands regarding a fan, and the game was paused while that was sorted out. Thank you for your patience in this situation as we are now back on the court, and we will resume with the start of the third period, it looks like, here as we were just in the final seconds of the first half when this pause started. Once again, after a delay, we are set to start here the third period from Whitehouse. Thank you for being with us. Once again, thank you for your patience with our delay here in Whitehouse as we get ready for this third period. Jacksonville with the 18-8 lead. And
a low-scoring affair here in the first half.
I was just about to
Jacksonville
say,
with a 10-point lead, but really still struggling
on offense.
on offense. Yeah, playing very well, very sound defensively.
Yeah, I was going to say, as
Good
happy
defense,
as happy as you have to be with Jacksonville's defense, still some worries. I mean, certainly you would take a low-scoring win in the opening round of the playoffs.
But it's 18-8 at halftime, and Jacksonville typically scores that in like the first quarter.
Correct.
So
And certainly after last Friday's struggles on offense, Jacksonville, I would imagine, would feel a lot better going into the second round of the playoffs, assuming they get the win here tonight. You've got to imagine they would feel better if they could put points on the board. And that's not to suggest that this is a foregone conclusion. It's only a 10-point lead for Jacksonville here heading into the second half, even though they've held Kilgore to only 8 points.
And they held
in
them
the
to
first
0 for a long portion of that.
And I mean, 30 seconds remaining in the first period, Kilgore had 0 points. So Jacksonville, again, stifling on defense. Can't say enough good about that, but still struggling on offense, struggling to put the ball in the basket. And we'll see if they can get that turned around here in the second half. They certainly got it turned around in the second half against Bullard last Friday in the tiebreaker game. They could not buy a bucket in the first half against the Panthers, but then really turned it on in the second half. A lot of that on the back of good defense, leading to transition offense. They cut that game to within 1, even though they were down by 16 at half. I think Jacksonville had maybe 14 at half in that game last Friday, something like that. And so, again, a low-scoring affair here for Jacksonville in the first half. We'll see if they can open it up in this second half of this opening round playoff game against Kilgore.
And we have seen Jacksonville attacking the basket a little more tonight. A lot of the points coming off of layups. Still not shooting very well, but having better success tonight converting at the basket. Because we saw, I think, 2 or 3 missed dunks last week. We saw we saw quite a few layups that were missed last week, and doing a better job at the basket tonight, but still struggling to shoot from any kind of distance here in Whitehouse tonight.
Offensive struggle has been the name of the game, really, for both teams here, but Jacksonville has been the team that has had the suffocating defense that has led to this 10-point lead for Jacksonville after the first half of this opening round playoff game. Jacksonville 18 and Kilgore 8, as we're coming up upon 30 seconds remaining here in this extended halftime, really. As we get the 30-second buzz from the scoreboard. And head coach Mark Alexander gets his team ready to take the court. Once again, thank you for being with us here on JISDlive.com.
Looks like Jacksonville will start the second half with their starting lineup, as we have Coda Kennedy, Jermaine Taylor, Carmelo Claiborne, Devin McEwen, and Devarian Boyd on the floor for the Indians.
Starters as well for Kilgore: Jaden Sanders, Dre Sanders, Demarion Van Zant, Braden Nelson, and Zaylen Stoker.
Kilgore has their starting 5 on the floor, and Jaden Sanders now working against McEwen.
Great defense there from Devin.
They're going to call Devin with a tip. They're going to say that was off of Devin McEwen. Very close call there. Really could have gone either way.
Devin's just so fast. He's able to stay in front of just about anyone that he's guarding.
I was impressed that he even
Really hard to
got a
turn the
fingertip
corner.
on there.
Hard to turn the corner against Devin as Jaden Sanders gets the bucket there.
First points of the half go to Kilgore. Long pass down, finds Jermaine. Jermaine with about 4 Kilgore players on him.
Jacksonville ball after the deflection. Good defense on this possession from the Bulldogs. Devin McEwen set to inbound for Jacksonville and gets it in to Coda.
Coda finds Mello, guarded by Dre Sanders. Now Coda working to his left, hands it off to Coda. Now to McEwen, back to Mello. Mello trying to get around DeVarian. DeVarian sets a screen. He finds Coda on the right side. Coda for 3.
Big shot there from Coda. Great assist from Mello. Really well drawn up play as Kilgore loses it.
They're going to say Zaylen Stoker stepped out of bounds.
Stoker not ready for that pass from Sanders. Jacksonville takes over possession. Jacksonville 21 and Kilgore 10 at the 7-minute mark of the third period.
Probably good that that ball was called out of bounds for Kilgore because that ball was headed back the other way quickly.
Jacksonville with numbers.
Mello pulls up for the shot. McEwen gets the rebound. McEwen, that one gets his own rebound off the rim and puts that one back in.
A quick 2 rebounds and 2 points there for Devin on that possession.
Seem to be seeing a little more pace here from both teams in the second half. That shot from Braden Nelson off the mark.
Great defense there from DeVarian inside as Van Zant pulls up from 3, can't get it.
Jermaine gets the rebound for Jacksonville.
Rebound. Mello brings it ahead for Jacksonville, going to be guarded by Dre Sanders.
Mello hands the ball off to McEwen. McEwen trying to find some space. Good screen set by DeVarian. That one off the back of the rim. Mello gets the rebound. McEwen now working inside. Pulls up for the shot again. That one off the glass and in. Extends this Jacksonville lead out to 15.
25-10 is your score. Jacksonville having no problems scoring early here in the second half.
Jaden Sanders trying to find some space. Good defense by Devin McEwen. Sanders able to find Nelson. Nelson now trying to find someone. Gets it to Zaylen Stoker. That shot off the mark from Stoker, who gets his own rebound. Gets it back out to Dre Sanders. Sanders for 3. That one off the rim. Mello with the rebound for Jacksonville and fouled. That foul going to go against Dre Sanders for the Bulldogs. A little push in the back on Carmelo.
Mello tying his shoe, which if you've followed along with the last few games, it's actually great news that that's all he's doing. As when he reached for his ankle, for a brief moment there, Ryan, I got scared that he had re-injured his ankle, which he did injure earlier in this season. Nice to see that he just had to tie his shoe.
Looks like he's good. Jermaine Taylor inbounds the ball for the Indians. Mello now bringing the ball up the floor. Going to be met by Dre Sanders. Mello working to his left. Pulls up, gets the ball to Coda. Coda inside to Jermaine.
Great entry pass from Coda to Jermaine.
And foul call that's going to go against Demarion Van Zant.
And that'll send
Jermaine
to the line.
Jermaine shooting 2 here. First free throw from Jermaine is good.
26-10 is your score. Jacksonville out with the 16-point lead.
Second free throw from Jermaine is good as well. Jermaine Taylor connecting on both free throws from the line. Dre Sanders now finding Dadrian Franklin for the Bulldogs. McEwen meeting Franklin, now finding Van Zant. Good defense from Jacksonville. Van Zant able to get inside. That ball broken up.
Coda with the steal, turning it the other way. Mello heading to the bucket and finishes.
Bobby King handling the ball now for the Bulldogs. Coda Kennedy on defense for Jacksonville. King trying to find some space. Good defense and good break up there by McEwen. Coda gets it forward to McEwen, drives in and lays that one off the glass. Jacksonville connecting on some points here in the second half. Extends this out to a 21-point lead quickly as they now lead Kilgore 31-10 with 4:26 left in the third quarter.
If you're Kilgore, you're wondering what just happened. We were at 18-8 at halftime.
Jacksonville's almost doubled their score in the third quarter, and we're a little over, we're less than halfway.
Jacksonville with an absolute blitz of scoring here to start the second half. A lot of it coming off of defense. Those previous two possessions back-to-back, Coda Kennedy with steals and good outlet passes. Jacksonville with numbers. First, Mello able to convert on one of those opportunities, and then immediately, very next possession, Devin lays it in at the other end. That's the Jacksonville offense off of defense that we've seen all year long.
And you have to give credit to Coda and Devin, because Devin leaving his man to go over there and knock that ball into Coda's hands is really worked well the past two possessions.
Pressure defense from Devin McEwen and from Jacksonville to start this second half has
Franklin
really been
finds
effective.
King. Bobby King now bringing the ball up the floor for the Bulldogs. Gets it back to Dadrian Franklin.
Jacksonville again, pressure defense.
Good
trapping.
breakup.
Leads to another steal as Mello gets the ball, pushes it ahead to Devin.
Devin McEwen going to be called for the charge. Did not look to me like Dadrian Franklin had his feet set there, but I'm not going to question the call because I know what you're going to say.
Listen, I won't say it. Not after the strongly worded text message we got from Matt Montgomery earlier.
Franklin finds King. Good pressure defense here once again from Jacksonville. Long pass from King goes off the railing on this second floor of the Whitehouse Gym, out of bounds.
Calling a deflection. Kilgore will keep possession.
Okay. Whatever. I'm not going to even say it this time.
Do we need to ask Matt what he thinks about that last call?
Oh, my goodness. Jaden Sanders finds King, who pulls up for three. That one good
shot.
King.
Good shot from King. Good assist from Sanders. 31-13 is your score at the 3-minute and 45-second mark of this third period. Mello gets free, kicks it to Devin in the corner. Devin good from three.
A great shot from McEwen. Not sure what happened at halftime, but Jacksonville really firing on all cylinders like we've seen them for the majority of this season here so far in the third quarter. Adrian Franklin drives in, and looks like Devarian Boyd going to be called for the foul. Basket counts. That will send Franklin to the line.
Really great finish there from Franklin. Able to finish through the contact. It's not easy to do with Devarian Boyd barreling down on you. We did hear from Matt just now, and believe it or not, you know what? I'll let you guess. Do you think Matt agreed with that last call?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm going to say no. That free
you
throw
are correct.
From Franklin, no good.
There's our trivia question of the night. Did
Mello
Matt Montgomery...
Ryan McCowan, who connects from three.
Ryan McCowan has been huge tonight. Every time he's on the court, he's made an impact.
He might be our MVM tonight. Most valuable minutes, because some great minutes being played here from Ryan McCowan so far in this game. Van Zant pulls up for the shot. That one good.
Good shot there from Van Zant. Not an easy shot. Kind of the double pump after pulling up from the free throw line. Devin McEwen kicks it to Jermaine, and now back to Devin.
Mello is wide open on the far side of the court. Not going to get it to him. That one off the rim from McCowan. Rebound goes to King. Quickly down the floor for Jaden Sanders. Unable to keep it in bounds. Jacksonville ball.
Good rebound there from King, but just a little bit long on the outlet pass, trying to get it to Sanders. Jacksonville set to take over. Brady McCowan coming
Isaiah
on
Hamilton,
to the court.
Coda Kennedy coming back in.
As is Caden Franklin.
In. Jacksonville making a number of subs there. 5 on the floor now for Jacksonville. Caden Franklin, Isaiah Hamilton, Ryan McCowan, Coda Kennedy, and Brady McCowan.
Coda Kennedy, your lone starter for Jacksonville.
That pass off the hands of Brady McCowan out of bounds.
37-17, Jacksonville with a 20-point lead here at the 2:15 mark in the third period in this opening round playoff game against your Kilgore Bulldogs.
Adrian Franklin trying to find Armstrong, pulls up for the shot. That one off the rim. Jacksonville trying to come up with the rebound. Looks like jump ball going to be called. Actually, it looks like they're going to get Caden Franklin for the foul. Trying to get that ball from Eric Armstrong. That will give Kilgore possession. Bobby King inbounds, finds Armstrong. Now out to Franklin, over to Sanders, finds King. King trying to find the shot. Brady McCowan on defense for Jacksonville.
Franklin now with the ball for Kilgore, all the way back at half court. Gets it to Sanders and now to Armstrong, guarded by Ryan McCowan.
Good break up there and good defense from Isaiah Hamilton, knocking that ball out of bounds. Kilgore will retain possession.
Just over a minute and a half remaining here in this third period. Kilgore set to inbound, down by 20 against Jacksonville. It's Adrian Franklin set to bring it ahead for the Bulldogs.
Franklin working inside, gets it back to Armstrong, almost goes back court. Armstrong able to keep it on the Kilgore attacking half, finds Bobby King. Now over to Armstrong. Franklin working against Hamilton, driving inside, pulls up for the shot. That one off the backboard and good. Foul called. That will send Franklin to the line.
Really difficult shot there from Franklin, able to convert and will head to the line. Hamilton gets hit with the call, and he trots over to speak with head coach Mark Alexander.
Franklin connects on his free throw, cutting into this Jacksonville lead. Isaiah Hamilton working up the right side of the floor for the Indians. Guarded by Sanders, finds Brady McCowan. Brady McCowan working against Franklin. McCowan now over to brother Ryan McCowan, who shoots for three. That one off the rim. Coda Kennedy gets the rebound for Jacksonville. And Coda looking to reset as he's double teamed by Kilgore. Looks like they're going to say that was tipped. Coda for three, connects. A huge three-pointer there from Coda Kennedy. Extends this lead back out to 20, 40-20. Now Jacksonville leading Kilgore. 30 seconds and counting left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Kilgore wanted an up and down call there, but it looked like Coda got that ball deflected and then able to reconnect as Sanders answers with a three of his own to bring this back to 17. Franklin able to deflect it, but not able to control it. 16 seconds left remaining in this third period. Jacksonville set to inbound and with a 17-point advantage. Caden Franklin set to inbound for Jacksonville. Now switches that out to Coda Kennedy.
16.3 seconds left in the third quarter. Coda inbounds to Hamilton.
Looks like they're going to hit Dadrian Franklin with a foul as he was attempting to hold Brady McCowan, it looks like.
That will give the Indians possession once again. Coda set to inbound. Trying to find someone who's open, gets it to Brady McCowan. Brady now back to Coda. Jacksonville looking to get another shot off here before the buzzer. Ryan McCowan finds Hamilton. Coda is open, pulls up for three. That one good from Coda Kennedy.
Coda's been huge tonight, back-to-back threes as King with the desperation heave, no good. So at the end of three, your score, Jacksonville 43 and Kilgore 23. Jacksonville with a 20-point lead after three here in Whitehouse. Thoughts on the third period, Ryan?
Well, that looked more like what the Jacksonville team that we were used to seeing.
Indeed it did. It also looked like the third period last Friday against Bullard, where they climbed back into the game on the back of a lot of points. Hopefully this fourth period, Jacksonville can keep this up as they tailed off a bit in the final period against the Panthers in that tiebreaker game last Friday.
Yeah, and you know what we saw last Friday in the third quarter from Jacksonville was a lot of really good defense that turned into points on the other end of the floor. And so far tonight in the third, I say so far, the third quarter's done now, and that third quarter was just a lot of really great shooting done by Jacksonville, which is something that they've been struggling with as of late.
Yeah, at the end of the first half, Jacksonville had 18 points. They scored 25 in that third period. Like you said, much more indicative of what we've come to expect from this Jacksonville team. We'll see if they can keep that up here in the final period of this opening round playoff game between your Jacksonville Fighting Indians and the Kilgore Bulldogs. Coda's been huge tonight. Coda leading all scorers with 13, Devin McEwen with 10, Jermaine with 6, Mello with 5, Devarian with 2, and Ryan McCowan, who's inbounding for Jacksonville with 7 points of his own. He's been big here tonight.
Hamilton finds Coda, guarded by Van Zant. Brady McCowan now looking for Hamilton down the baseline. Hamilton pulls up for the shot. That one falls.
Good shot there from Hamilton. Not an easy shot. Finished through contact, able to hit the shot, get the kind roll, and extend this Jacksonville lead.
Jaden Sanders working inside. Caden Franklin takes the charge.
We've talked about it before. Caden Franklin doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he always makes an impact when he's on the court, including plays like that one where he forces the charge at the bucket, turning what should be an easy finish for Kilgore into no points.
That inbounded ball off the hands of Ryan McCowan, who's not able to save that one. That will set up a Kilgore possession as Van Zant is set to inbound this one for the Bulldogs. Jacksonville really not having a lot of options on these inbounds the past couple of possessions as Kilgore has kind of marked up and kept the Indians from keeping the ball. Coda Kennedy gets the rebound for Jacksonville. Caden Franklin now finds Coda. That ball goes off the knee of Coda Kennedy into the knee of Jaden Sanders and out of bounds. That will set up a Jacksonville ball with Coda Kennedy set to inbound for the Indians. Long pass finds Brady McCowan. Brady pulls up for the shot. That one off the rim. Brady able to force the jump ball, it looks like.
Really great effort there from Brady as he follows up a shot that didn't hit and ties up the ball, forcing Kilgore into an inbound after the jump ball call.
Franklin finds Stoker. Now back to Dadrian Franklin, who brings the ball up the floor for the Bulldogs. Going to be met by Isaiah Hamilton for Jacksonville. Franklin now back to Stoker. Jaden Sanders looking inside. Good move from Sanders.
Crossover, great assist.
Braden Nelson able to put that one in for the Bulldogs. Jacksonville with some long passes. That one, a no-look pass from Coda Kennedy finds Caden Franklin, who puts it in. I almost wasn't sure Caden was ready for that ball, but good heads-up play by Caden Franklin, catching that one and putting it in.
Sanders gets it to Stoker and now to Franklin, guarded by Hamilton for Jacksonville.
Franklin finds Van Zant. Ryan McCowan on defense. Now Jaden Sanders trying to work inside. Good steal by Ryan McCowan. Headed quickly back the other way. McCowan looking inside. That one finds the hands of Van Zant. Quickly down the floor the other way. Dadrian Franklin going to lay this one in and draw the foul. Coda Kennedy going to be called for the foul there against Franklin, and that will send Franklin to the line. I think this is going to be his third and one opportunity here in the second half.
Yeah, Franklin has been really, really effective at finishing through contact tonight. Really impressive from him. Like you said, at least his third and one opportunity. He leads Kilgore with 10 points. As Jacksonville sends in a new unit, Coda, Isaiah, and Caden have a seat now on the floor for Jacksonville. Carmelo Claiborne, Devin McEwen, Brady McCowan, Jermaine Taylor, and Devarian Boyd. As Franklin's shot is up, no good. Rebound, Jermaine.
Good rebound there from Jermaine. Mello with lots of room over here on this left side. Now going to look to reset and get a play set up here for Jacksonville. Mello guarded by Demarion Van Zant. Now Mello gets it back out to Brady McCowan. Thought about driving in himself. Brady going to get this one out to McEwen. McEwen near half court, going to be picked up by Dadrian Franklin. Devin McEwen now gets past Franklin, finds McCowan. Brady McCowan drives in, puts up the shot. That one over the basket. And rebound goes to Jaden Sanders. Quickly up the floor. Almost lost the ball there. Gets it to Rylan Copeland. Now back to Franklin. Brady McCowan going to pick up Dadrian Franklin on defense for the Indians. Franklin working to his right, trying to find some space. Brady McCowan not letting that happen. Demarion Van Zant with the ball now for the Bulldogs, looking inside. That one broken up by Carmelo Claiborne, as he was not going to let Braden Nelson have that ball.
And again, Kilgore spent that entire possession looking for an opportunity to get the ball inside. Finally, kind of a desperate pass to get it inside. Mello gets it away and then finishes on the other end. 49-27 is your score. Under 4 minutes to play here in Whitehouse.
Jaden Sanders working against Devin McEwen. Sanders looking inside. That ball broken up by Jermaine Taylor. Dadrian Franklin able to come up with the ball for the Bulldogs. Rylan Copeland. Now this ball inside to Braden Nelson, who pulls up for the shot.
Nice looking shot there from Nelson. Jacksonville
from Nelson
looked like they were kind of conceding that shot to Nelson, and he just rose up. Nice looking stroke, put it in.
Good shot there from the big man for Kilgore.
49-29, Jacksonville with a 20-point lead inside of 4 minutes remaining in this game, this opening round playoff game between Jacksonville and Kilgore.
Jacksonville really having a great second half so far, as they have put up 31 here on Kilgore in the second half. 3:37 left in the game. Jacksonville with a 20-point lead and the ball. Jermaine Taylor going to get this one back into play for the Indians. Finds McEwen, back to Taylor quickly. Jermaine going to hand this one off to Mello, who finds McEwen across the court. Mello working against Jaden Sanders, trying to find the lane inside. Gets it back out to Brady McCowan, getting picked up by King. McCowan now finds Mello. Mello working inside, puts up the shot. That one off the glass and good. Good possession there from the Indians, and a good finish by Carmelo Claiborne. Sanders going to find Van Zant. Van Zant working against Jermaine. Good
Great
block there by
Devarian. Nelson able to corral it for a moment, but then Devin McEwen comes away from the scrum with the ball, gets it to Jermaine, over to Mello. And one opportunity. What a fast break from Jacksonville.
I'm not sure that ball was actually intended for Carmelo.
It might have been going back for Devin, but either way.
He was there, grabbed it, and laid it in, drew the foul.
Either way, I'm giving Jermaine an assist on that play. That was too fun not to.
That was pretty good. I believe Jaden Sanders was called for the foul, and I mean, I'm not sure how many he has, but he is going to take a seat, so that may be the last we see of Jaden Sanders tonight, if indeed he did foul out.
As it looks like Isaiah Ross is set to come in for Kilgore. And Mello set to try to get 3 points the old-fashioned way with the and one opportunity.
Mello's free throw rattles the rim. Braden Nelson comes up with the rebound. Rylan Copeland working up the floor for the Bulldogs. Good defense between Jermaine and Devin there on Copeland, but it looks like they're going to get Jermaine for the foul.
Van Zant set to inbound for Kilgore. Gets it into King.
Bobby King guarded by McEwen. Devin has played some great defense here tonight. This ball finds Rylan Copeland, who pulls up for three. That one off the rim to Varian, gets the rebound. Trying to find Mello, broken up by Copeland, but out of bounds. Jacksonville will retain possession.
Varian gets it to Jermaine, who brings it ahead. Gets past half court, pulls up, and hands off to Mello, guarded by Rylan Copeland.
Mello now finding McEwen. Devin going to be guarded by Isaiah Ross. Brady looking to drive inside. Decides to give it back to McEwen. Double team there on McEwen. Finds Brady McCowan open. Now over to Mello. Mello driving inside. Puts up the shot.
Gets the foul.
Draws the foul.
Looks like maybe Copeland.
They are going to get Rylan Copeland with the foul. That will send Carmelo to the line, shooting two. Now it looks like we have some of the JV players for the Indians that were brought up for the playoffs are going to check in here to end this game.
The referee having to play traffic cop. They tried to come out just a tiny bit early.
Good finish here. That will probably be the last we see of our starters tonight, besides Carmelo, who's shooting free throws currently, but I'm sure they're going to have him off in just a moment as well. That free throw from Mello off the rim. Rebound goes to Copeland. Kilgore headed back the other way. Copeland going to find Alex Neighbor.
Travel called. Good defense
And
there.
now we do have Carmelo coming off, so Jacksonville looking to finish this game. Minute 34 left in the game. Jacksonville with a 25-point lead. Not sure who they called the foul on there for Jacksonville, but that will send Alex Neighbor to the line for the Bulldogs. Good rebound there from Jacksonville.
Darian handling the ball for Jacksonville.
Drives in, that one off the rim. Rebound goes to Van Zant. Good play there from Jacksonville. Rylan Copeland from three. That one a bit short. That will go out of bounds. Jacksonville will take over possession. Jacksonville looking to finish out this game as we are 50 seconds and counting. Long three-pointer off the rim. It's going to go out of bounds. That will set up a Kilgore ball.
Van Zant for three from Kilgore, no good. Jacksonville brings it the other way. Darian Hamilton for three, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it up, puts it in.
Good finish at the basket from Hamilton. To Kalen Sheffield. Now gets it to Neighbor, who takes a shot. That one off the side of the backboard. Jacksonville working quickly down the floor once again. That one off the rim. Rebound goes to Sheffield. And Sheffield trying to finish at the basket. And that will do it for the opening round playoff game here from Whitehouse. Jacksonville takes down the Kilgore Bulldogs 56-29. A fantastic second half performance from Jacksonville.
This game was 18-8 at halftime. 56-29 is your final. Jacksonville putting it on in the third period and fourth period to end 56-29 is your final.
A great second half from Jacksonville, and really that's the form that they're going to need for the next round, as I would assume, looking at the matchup that is possibly going to take place this weekend. I believe Silsbee will most likely win that game. I could be wrong. It could go either way.
They're certainly favored,
but they're definitely favored in the game that is going on tonight. And Silsbee, a very dangerous team, if that is who they play, as I looked at them while I was getting this together this week, and they score a lot of points.
They do score a lot of points.
They score a lot of points. So Jacksonville going to need to bring their A game for the second round playoff game, where we will bring you all the action live here on JISD Live.
We will indeed bring you the action here on JISD Live. Once again, Jacksonville with the 56-29 victory here tonight. And really, they spread the scoring load around tonight. Coda Kennedy with 13 points, Mello with 11, Jermaine Taylor with 6, Devin McEwen with 10, Ryan McCowan with 7 points as he was impactful tonight. Devarian chipped in a couple, Isaiah Hamilton had a couple, Caden Franklin had a couple, and Darian Hamilton getting in at the end of the game and getting a bucket himself. Jacksonville, once again, the 56-29 final here against Kilgore. On behalf of Swanson Trailer, Ryan Travis, and all of the students in the audio-video production program at Jacksonville High School, thank you very much for watching. Have a great evening.